Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've posted. I did have the rotator cuff surgery. That one got infected at the base of the stitch. So I'm on my second week of antibiotics. But I have a mark there. Then I have a mark there. Well, two marks there. And two more there. So I have a total of 2, 4, 5, and then the last one down there, 6. So it's been definitely a adventure. Gotta say that much. I'm doing okay. It was, a little tough at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, with the rotator cuff surgery. But I also had a bicep surgery, and the doctor said that a growth I wanted taken off, and he was, at the beginning, not going to take it off. He said, well, we're gonna take it off in the end, he said, and I said, okay. And he said, I'm glad I did, and I listened. Because he said there was a ganglion cyst attached to your tendon. And I said, that's what I'm telling you, there was something attached there. I had, at the day of the accident, 2 years ago, literally, right here, had, a road rage burn on it. And I knew something got destroyed in it. And it was definitely the tendon. So he had to shorten the long-headed bicep tendon and make it shorter, and then he reattached it over here instead of being over here, and then he cleaned up inside a lot, and then he sanded down some of my clavicle in there and some part of the shoulder in order to, I'm watching the news on TV. That's this hurricane in Texas right now. But they shaved down the shoulder bone partly, and as well as the clavicle, to clear the impingement that the tendon wasn't moving nicely through, because eventually I wasn't able to lift my arm anymore, except for push-ups. So, it was definitely excruciating. I had to do pain pills. I didn't want to. I thought I was going to be able to get away with gummies and a vape pen of THC. And the doctor looked at me and laughed and said, you're going to need something stronger than that. So he gave me Percocets, and then later on I asked for muscle relaxants to try to release some of the tension in the shoulder so that it could heal, because I was holding it like that, and that wasn't good. That was making it more stress in my neck. If you ever have a rotator cuff surgery with a bicep surgery, be prepared for them to give you a nerve block in your neck, and that made, there's a tendon or muscle in your neck that, it was just excruciating, where they stuck the needle in. And I just sat there and I took it. And then they wheeled me in for the surgery, gave me the general anesthesia, and out I went. I don't remember anything. I think they gave me Profenol and fentanyl mixed to put me sedated, and then they intubated me with a breathing gear on, because I have sleep apnea or hypoapnea. I underbreathe at night. I have to use a CPAP. This surgery was supposed to take place back in January, and I didn't, because I had to have a pre-op from a doctor plus a pre-op from the sleep apnea. So when I had the sleep apnea, doctor or nurse, I had to do the study at home. Then I had to wait for insurance to approve everything, and then wait to get the machine to come to the facility, then to make an appointment to pick it up. It was a real pain in the ass. Then I was supposed to have the surgery come May, and that got canceled because there was some fire in the surgical building. I guess it was on the second floor, and they were worried it got into the vent and contaminated the operating rooms. So they rescheduled it for 2 weeks later, and finally June 7th is when I actually had it. So I'm actually 4 weeks post-op and a couple of days. Not on any pain pills. I do the gummies and the pens still. I haven't really done the muscle relaxant, but in the morning I get excessively stiff. In the middle of the night, I had to get up and get ice on it because I learned that I actually have what they call composite anchors, and I guess they biodegrade in your body. I'm not sure exactly what they consist of, but they absorb in your body through the years, so there's no metal in me. I was curious to know after the fact because my chart has been acting up, so I don't see anything. What transpired? So I ended up getting that surgery done. It's doable. Did it arthroscopically, but still, the recovery will be 6 months. I'm 1 month post-op, so that's good. I probably won't be able to go back to work until probably after the new year, technically, because I see the doctor again in 2 weeks for this, well, next week actually. I see him again for a follow-up to this bottom stitch here on the bicep. After the second week of antibiotics, because the bottom knotted stitch is trying to purge itself. Sometimes he said the dissolvable stitches do that, where it doesn't want to come out on its own. So, I don't know, you might have to go in there after it with tweezers. Whatever you gotta do. So, he's going in there to go probably get it out next week, give me my paperwork, and hopefully release me legally to drive. My case scenario with wearing a sling after this event, it's been really hard. I literally had neck issues anyways from the car accident. I keep trying to pop it because it feels really tight. But everything feels really tight because the neck and goes down into the shoulder where everything got operated, and then goes right down into the arm, and then right down into the arm, right where my forearm is, right there is where I had a previous surgery. I had tendon release and elbow debridement, like they sand it and file it down until it's flat and take out the disease tissue, and then some of it grows back, some of it doesn't. But yeah, I ended up having that done 7-8 years ago. And well, that inflamed where I showed you in my forearm, which is called the tendon sheath of the forearm. And then that goes right down into my wrist, which then goes down into, it was at the time, 5 digits into the knuckle, middle knuckle. Excruciating pain of like arthritic, like a gout kind of attack kind of thing, like right down into the joints. and that's all related from the sheath inside the tendon from my previous surgery that got inflamed and irritated from this surgery. I don't know if I'm going to have to see the forearm surgeon, most likely, that did my surgery to figure out what we're going to do with this. But it's just at least the thumb now, down into the wrist, down into the forearm. Might need to have a cortisone shot or something in there. But I can't do any more what is it I wanted to say, I can't get anti-inflammatories until the 6th week, which would be next Friday, because my tendon in here, the repair and all that stuff, needs to heal, and taking any of those products will hinder that healing process. So, it's been just doing a little hand exercises. It's been a whirlwind of mixed combination of happy and relieved it's over, and just been a lot of discomfort. But I'm making it through. You can definitely make it through. Better days than what it has been.